Hello and Happy New Year. I know I missed New Year, but I hope y'all's holiday was pleasant. I hope this has been a very good 2025 to you. I'm doing this as I do every year from 2024, but needless to say, I took a break. It's good to be back doing it again. And with that, we're back doing Spawn.
It's Gunslinger.
Yeah, Spawn. Gunslinger Spawn, Mom. You didn't think I'd be doing regular Spawn, did you? Yeah. Okay. These two kind of made up a story, but at the same time,
Sit down. Sit down.
I kind of
Sit.
get that. I kind of get that the Linda character the heavyset lady, was expendable, to say the least. I liked her, but I kind of get and understand why she had to be removed from the picture. But if this series doesn't get any better, I predict it will be canceled. I know I'm behind, but again, I hope it gets better. Tell me if it does in the comments. Cover was cool, but that's about all. I didn't like the excessive ending of 32. With the guy getting shot in the head. Granted, it's a Spawn book, you'd say, but Bob, Spawn always does excessive violence. Yeah, but Gunslinger always finds another way. That's what Gunslinger does. That's been his thing. That's why it's important. He's only on 1 gram of power. Because, unlike Al Simmons, Gunslinger Spawn uses his brain. So, the two books are getting a 6. Because I gave a 6 to Spenguli way back when. And I liked this a little better, but not by much. Again, my prediction, being that I'm behind, is that Clown's gonna reappear again. Gunslinger's gonna try to become part of the Hell cabinet. Everyone's a Hell Spawn in the Spawn books, Mom. Well, not everyone, but there are multiple Hellspawns, and he is already a Hellspawn.
Oh.
I believe I'm using the right word, cabinet, or just the guys in charge of this new world, new system. I don't think he'll, because Hell currently has a vacancy in what we're reading. I don't think he'll try to adjust and become part of the new world, our world, as it is. That's sad, but yeah, I'll bet you McFarlane forgets to put story in and just has him farting about for the next few issues. If I'm wrong, please tell me in the comments. Tell me what you thought. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Spawn. On to a slightly better book. At least this made me want to reread it again. Because of the Sal story in Terminator, there is rereadability. The Sal story, yes, is quiet, but I thought that you have to remember what happened in the Sal story, and I kind of want to reread it again. The Vietnam story was only okay. Like I said, I still think the Vietnam soldier is like Sarah Connor's grandfather or something. And he is also the guy in the beginning on the boat in issue 1. Again, this had readability. I still haven't reread issue 1 to confirm or deny my hunch. I wanted to call it a theory. It's not a theory. I don't have any facts to back it up. But yeah. The story itself, though, was, like I said, just okay. They still, if they had told you what and why this Terminator fell into Vietnam, which you're as free to believe it's Sarah Connor's grandfather as he just fell there, that would have made the story a little better. But the fact that the two stories weren't connected, the Sal story and the Vietnam story, I still think they're going to connect them. I have faith, but they're losing Mom. And Mom's the average reader, so I have to kind of give it a 3. Because if you don't keep the average reader, but you keep nerds like me that are still interested, you're doing something, but you're not doing enough. So, cover was awesome though. Dynamite's whole run on the Terminator, pretty good so far. Again, that's Dynamite Terminator. On to Shazam. The cover, I kind of thought it was Thaddeus Savannah, but it wasn't Thaddeus. It was um, his daughter, if you look, it's a woman's. I thought it was a man's. Um, this would have been better as issue 17. I had to check the number. But, if they had put the story for this in issue 17, I wouldn't have given 17 such a low score. Because 17, if you'll remember, had them fighting Billy, that is Billy and Freddy fighting on the cover. But they really showed more of that in here. In the 17 issue of... In the 17th issue of Shazam, the fight felt more metaphorical. And like they were just fighting over the girl. In this, the fight became real. And Mom was like, he's gonna die. And I'm like, no, he's not. He's just gonna switch places. Because that's what he does. And sure enough, that's what happened. But yeah, I really enjoyed the fact that the fight wasn't just a metaphor in this one. I really enjoyed that you kind of get to see Mr. Mind. I'd like to know why there's more than one Mr. Mind. Does Mr. Mind have a family now? Why are they on an asteroid? Why aren't they in Rip Hunter's lab? How did this tie? Again, Mr. Mind has a whole big continuity. How did this tie in with him controlling Booster Gold's father in the future? I bring this up because they remember the villain from Mary's solo book. They acknowledge Mary's solo book. The one where she went to college and met Uncle Dudley and basically met Hoppy and just... Yeah, this villain here was from her solo book. And it's like, if they're going to acknowledge that, you also have to acknowledge Mr. Mind's history as well. Because if you're going to acknowledge the good guy's history, just acknowledge the bad guy's history too.
Maybe that'll be next book.
Yeah, maybe.
Because Mr. Mind wasn't until the very end.
Yeah. And he was hanging out with Savannah's daughter.
Yeah.
So. I would also like, I know this isn't going to happen. I'll be surprised if it does. Put that in the column. I would like them to acknowledge what the heck he was doing on the Justice League satellite. Remember Mr. Mind's not Mr. Mind. The Captain is in that Justice League book that we read last week, Mom.
Oh, okay.
You know, the one where the trainee's gonna kill them all, and he's not going to kill them all. Yeah. I would like to post a theory on what I think is going on there. And in the question book, and maybe how it's gonna all tie together before Booster Gold returns. Let me know if you think I should do that, if you're at all interested. Anyway, let me know if I should read New Gods. This book gets a 3 out of 5 because they forgot some pivotal stuff. Because they brought in continuity, but they forgot some of the old continuity. I mean, there's been no reference to Superboy Prime. Anyway, the more I'm digging at this one, the more holes. But anyway, 3 out of 5. Not as bad as some of the books, but not as good as this series I know can be. The best Shazam still is when he fought Superboy Prime in this run. Well, not, but until they officially say it's not canon. I'm gonna assume the Jeff Johns run is canon too. So, what books did you read this week? How has the new year treated you? Did you like my review of Plastic Man? All these thoughts and more. I want to hear them all. I've been Bob. Like, comment, subscribe. Bob out. I really did enjoy Spawn, though. I know I was hard on it.